Hey everybody, Hyper Falcon here, and welcome to the new channel. Doing some RP here on Farm Simulator 25. Good old Grandad, he left us this field and this field of oats right here in this barn. And looks like up in their corner there, you see a little bit of negative money. That's basically because after we fought for a couple of years through probate and everything, man, there wasn't much left of the account. Looks like Granddad's truck's still here though. Man, it's old International. I got some memories of this. See if there's still enough battery juice to get this winch to work. Ooh. Alright. Thought I was going to slide on us. Alright, I think we're okay. Where can we... that'll work. That'll work. Throw it around this elm tree right here. And just ratchet it around. Should just clip back to itself, I believe. And there we go. Okay. So we're going to try to see if we have the battery power to pull old Bessie out here. Granddad bought this truck brand new. Buried over here in these bushes. I don't really want to know what kind of shape it's in today, but we don't have money for anything else. So hopefully maybe it'll get us around long enough to get some contracts or something done. See if we can get her to... There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright. Now, man, this thing is rough. Man, that looks rough. Alright, well, undo this real quick. And just like that. There we go. Alright. Now, you just need to back it up just a little bit without getting stuck again. Just so we can get it out away from the tree. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's give this thing a once over. This thing was shiny red when I was a kid. Now it is just a rust bucket. Man, Granddad loved this truck. Tires are shot. Front light is busted. Man, it just feels like it's constantly flooded. That gas is old though. This truck's been sitting at least 3 years while we've been fighting with the courts to get this property. It's rusted everywhere. The whole chassis is busted underneath. I don't think we can save this one, guys. I don't think we can save this one. We're going to have to just make it work for a little bit. We are over here at ATC, and farmers put contracts up in here, so we're just kind of looking around, seeing what we can do to make a little bit of money, because if nothing else, we at least need something to sleep in tonight. Don't really want to do baling. That's a lot of time. No. Man, nothing's really standing out here. This is not looking good, guys. We need to find something simple that we can make some cash at. Oh, man. All the locations to deliver the harvest are too far away. This is just not... It's not really jiving for us today. Look at those locations. Those are pretty close, but they're across the river. Long way to take equipment. Man, that is just some distance right there. That is some distance. Alright, let's just keep looking. Keep looking. That's not too bad, but it's across the river, like I said. That's not too bad. I might do that. Only about $2,000, though. We need to find like a mowing contract. Something simple. So, oh, here we go. That's right behind the shop. Yeah, we'll take that. Oh yeah, now it's Valstra. Oh, that might be the way we go, guys. That might be the way we go. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. And we'll just do this. And then we should have, there we go. Man, I love this place. I love ATC. They have the best equipment. They have good used equipment. Look at this. Brand new tires. This thing is absolutely clean. This is a rental equipment. This is equipment, they don't even sell this. They just rent this to guys who need it. And this is just, man, I'd like to have something like this. There's probably more money in this cab than our entire oat field and truck are worth. Man, this is gorgeous. We're going to get this hooked up and get over to the field, see if we can make a little bit of cash today. Well, we got ourselves out here cutting this grass field, and gonna go ahead and knock that out, make a little bit of money, and that should be allowing us to use that money to rent the equipment we need for the oat field. So we're gonna knock this out real quick. Alright everybody, so we have finished that contract. We are bringing the equipment back here to ATC, and we're going to drop that back off, and we're going to collect our money from David, about $8,573 after the rental agreement. So we are going to go ahead and collect that. There we go. And with that, we are now going to look and see what Tyler has in here to see what we can rent for the oat field. Alright, well I think we're going to go with this Massey Ferguson right here, basically because it's about the only thing we can really afford at the moment. But it's not too bad. It's going to cost us about $5,300. Not stoked about that. Doesn't leave us a whole lot, but it should leave us enough to at least get this field harvested. And then we'll just have to see how much money that leaves us once we get, because we're not going to be able to bin any of it. We don't have time to bin any of it and wait for the best price. We're going to have to just go with what we have. So we're just going to have to sell it as soon as we're done. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. It's really, you know, not new, but it's clean, fairly clean. And for someone like me who hasn't been farming in a while, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of reacquaint myself here. But all in all, drives pretty nice. Drives pretty nice. Not the biggest or the nicest harvester that there is out there, but it is what we can afford. And right now, what we can afford, I'm just kind of pushing it around. Come on. Why are we not lining up here? Come on. May have to step out to the side here. Let's take a look off the apron. And we're just off. It is just not giving us anything today. See if we can just get realigned. And dagnabbit, I am just not having any luck with this. This daggone thing. This is just silliness. I'm right there, dead, right where I need to be, and it is just not. Hang on a second. Get reacquainted here. There we go. There we go. Gotta get some of that rust off. See if I remember how to do this. There we go. Alright. So as I was saying, gonna try to knock this out, and then regardless of what the sales point is, and I don't think it's that good in August, but we're not gonna have that as an option. We don't have any bins, and right now we need the money more than anything else. So we're gonna have to just basically be at the mercy of the market. So run this back over here. Fortunately, farm is just right here off to the left, so not too long of a distance here. So if we can knock this out quick enough, we might be able to get it back before any additional charges occur. But we will see. Alright, now we're going to try to get this set up here. Get that unfolded. Here we go. And man, we just need to figure. There it is. There's the button. All right, let's just start off pretty slow. All right, man. I'll tell you what. I love ATC. They even put navigation on this old beater for us. We're gonna knock this out real quick and see where that leaves us. Be right back with you. And we're gonna jump out real quick. Something caught my eye on my last pass over here in the distance, and curiosity's got me. So I'm gonna run over here. I don't know. I thought I saw something. Was it on this side? No, not on this side. Not on this side. Is it over? Yes. There we go. Look at that. Now I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but had Tyler come pick us up, take us back to our truck. I'm gonna try to hook the winch to this old tractor and pull it out, and we will see. Don't want to hit the barn here. We will see if there is any life left in yet another old piece of equipment that has become one with its surroundings. There we grab that, walk over here, and attach it right there. And then we're just gonna give it a little bit of a tug, see if we can't get it rolling. There we go, and we're out. There we are. Looking around. You know what? This actually doesn't look bad. So we got it out, and it does run. It actually runs pretty good. This old farm mall here. But, yeah, you know, I think we might be able to use this. Actually, in relatively good condition. This was Granddad's baby. I'm thinking the guys from the county might have used that when they were closing up this place, and then just sat it off to the side, because it seems like it's been run fairly recently. We're going to get back to this harvest, and we'll check it out in a little bit. As we're finishing up here, looks like we are going to be taking this not all that far away, just down the street a little bit. So I'm just going to pull up the map here real quick and see exactly where we're going. And yes, so we're going where it's blinking right there. There we go. So not too far. Run this over there real quick, and hopefully I can get this in with the pipe. I only got about $1,600, so I don't really have enough money to rent the trailer. Offload it into the trailer, run the truck over there, hook the trailer first, then offload it into the trailer, then unload the trailer. So we're really hoping that this location I can get the pipe in. And I've never been to this location before, so here's hoping that that works out. Now, while we're making our way over there, I've been doing some thinking about what we want to do with Granddad's property. And as you saw, as we were kind of sitting there and doing the harvest, there's a really nice cornfield right next to us. There's actually 3 fields in that valley right there. Grandad used to own all of them. And those little barns you saw, that's where he used to put the equipment for those fields alone. Now the house is long since gone. It was a mobile home. They kind of drug it away. And that was sold to try to pay for some of the property taxes while the property was in probate. So that the old house isn't there anymore. But if we can pick up those other fields, maybe combine 2 into 1 and run some silage on that should help get our income up a little bit. That and the occasional contract, that should probably float us through the first year, and then hopefully in the second year be able to actually start maybe grabbing the final field down there, maybe that big field across the street. I'm not really sure. Grandad had those 3 fields. He used to have some other fields that he would rent, but real quick, let's just see if we can get this in. Oh, this is not good. Okay, let's just see if we can kind of get creative. If I can get it around the corner here, I might have to drop the header to do so. And oh, hey, look at that. All right, I'll take it. But he used to have those 3 fields right there, and then he would contract some other fields and made a little bit of money. And so we might look into that. There's also a girl in town, I think her name is Katie, that we might be able to do some contract work for. She was a farmhand for my granddad for a while, and she actually called me the other day and said that she wanted to meet here soon because she might want to take one of those barns. We might be able to sell one of those barns to her to make a little bit of money. And so that's kind of where we're at the moment. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get this returned. And we did make a nice little chunk of change. So we're at about $1,600. We're up to a little over $9,200. So we're doing all right at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and run this back real quick and see what we can do. Trying to find a place to sleep tonight. And seeing if there's anything else that we need to spend money on straight away here in our first month on the farm. So I grabbed this baler and this tractor on rent, and you can see we're back down to only having $1,000 again, because I wanted to turn these straw bales into silage like we have done in the past on our own farm, breaking the RP a little bit here. But it wasn't until I grabbed it that I realized and looked up online that in Farm Simulator you actually cannot turn straw bales into silage. You can only do it with grass. So this is the first time that I really messed up with silage, and it actually happens twice throughout this run. But this is the first time I messed up with silage. So I ended up just making straw bales, which is fine. It just means that I overpaid for the baler a little bit. So breaking the RP a little bit, but I wanted to let you know, like, if you're looking at this and you're like, why did he get this? Why did he get the baler that has the wrapper on it for straw? Because in real life, you can make silage with straw. It's a little less common, but you can do it. And while I had never tried to do it on Farm Simulator before, I just assumed that you could. You can't. So, just enjoy the hilarity of me in a little bit here as I try to figure out why I can't wrap these. Anyway, back into the immersion. So, what we're going to try to do is get as many of these bales wrapped as we can, and we borrowed this equipment, which took us down a little bit of money, but we're hoping that the straw will help us make some money back, because we need to be as profitable as we can, and we only have one field. Now, this field off to my left, this cornfield, I'd really like to have that field. Long term, I'd really like to pick that up, but it's kind of expensive right now, and I'm really considering going to the bank and getting a loan for it, but we're going to have to just give it some time and see how everything kind of plays out. So with that in mind, I'll rejoin you once these bales are knocked out. Alright, so we got about 6 bales there, which isn't too bad. Not really bad at all, really, for the size of the field. Couldn't figure out why this wrapper wasn't working, so may have to look into that. I'm sure something silly that I did is probably what's causing that. But yeah, we got 6 bales wrapped. We're going to run this back over there, and then we're going to go ahead and see what the next thing we want to do is. We're probably going to be renting a trailer and seeing if we can't get these straw bales sold to get that number back up. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is find out where we're going to sell these straw bales, and it's looking like the animal dealer is probably the best bet for this. There's a little bit more at the farmer's market, but it is about 4 times the distance. So we're probably going to be taking these to the animal dealer. That's just, I think, where it makes sense the most. It's just right there, basically right up the street from where we live. You'll see that the money's a little bit different right now. I was able to talk to Tyler on the inside there and kind of explain to him that I had made a mistake with the wrapper and with the tractor and stuff that I needed, and I wasn't aware that in Riverbend Springs wrapping silage with straw wasn't something they did. And he gave me $3,000 back, basically the difference of the wrappers that I would have actually had to use, and returning it back on time gave me a little bit of cash. So we're not sitting too awful bad. So at this point we had to get back over here to the farm, and we're going to need to take our tractor here for its maiden voyage. And what we're going to try to do with some of this money that we got back from Tyler is we're going to reinvest it into his business. And this is part of the deal that I was able to kind of get for myself. So the idea I told Tyler was, I made a mistake. I rented the baler I didn't need. He was able to see that while I used the baler, I didn't actually end up using the wrapper. So no harm, no foul there. And basically he got me that money back. So we're going to take that money, run over here, see if we can get a front end loader, maybe rent a trailer, and see if we can get this straw sold and recoup even a little bit more money still. And we'll just back her on in here like so and see what we can do about getting this front end loader put on. See what Tyler's got in stock here. Go up here. Alright, no, man, that'd be nice to have. Alright, anyway. Get my buttons right here. There we go. And let's take a look through here. Man, we are a little low in cash. We need some funds, and I really don't want to take out a loan. What can we do? What can we do? Yeah, I really don't want to take out a loan, but we do need it. $7,500, and then we're still gonna have to buy the forks as well, which are a little bit of cash. Man, I didn't think it was that much. Okay. Well, let's think about this for a second. I think what we might have to do is sell the truck, guys. It's all rusted out. It's kind of junk. But I think for the moment, we might just take the loan. So there's a $15,000 loan. Not ready to sell the truck yet. Not entirely sure that we want to do that just yet. We might still need it. So we just take the loan out. $15,000 isn't that much of a loan, so we should be all right. Let's just see if there's anything in here we need as well, but I think just the fork should be fine. So we'll go ahead and grab this and see if the shop is nice enough to go ahead and paint it for us. That way it matches our old International there. And there we go. Kind of break up some of that red. And I think that'll do it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and grab that. That's $7,500. And then we're going to need those forks. There they are. There we go. We'll grab that. Still got 10 grand left. Alright, yeah, I think that's going to look nice. All the red on swapping the front end loader, making it a little bit more cream with the red accent. I think that's going to look nice. Alright. I do love this tractor. It is not the most powerful tractor in the game, but I'll tell you what, it's fun to drive. It has a really good reaction time, really good turning radius. It is just a fun tractor to drive. So, oh yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Great. Alright. Yeah, I like that. Alright, I'll go back in here one more time and see Tyler because we still need a trailer to haul those bales. So, probably just going to go with the cheapest one we can get, and we're just going to lease it because I don't know long term that a small trailer that we're going to use today is going to be any use to us in the future. So we'll just take a look here. But I think we're going to end up leasing it. There we go. There we go. Man, that'd be nice to have. But I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go with this farm tech today. There we go. Never really mess with these small trailers too much. Kind of neat. Couple little options there. Just for fun, we'll make it look like it matches the rest of the equipment. Get our case colors on there. Alrighty. And perfect. Alright. And let's take a look here. Is there anything else we need while we're in here? I don't think so. I think it's gonna take care of us, guys. I think this is gonna do what it wants. It's gonna be a little small. It might take 2 trips, but I think this is gonna get us where we need to be. So we'll go ahead and grab this. It's only $321 to lease it. So we're still sitting pretty good. Let's look at the financing just for the heck of it. Hit that button on accident. We might as well look at it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and lease it. Alright. And that gives us our trailer. So we're going to go ahead and hook this. Oh, that's going to look nice together. That is going to look nice together, guys. I like that. I like that a lot. So we'll get this hooked up and we'll get it back over to the farm. Now I know this trailer actually has auto load and I could just drive it around. But for the sake of the RP, we're just going to load it manually. So enjoy me trying to get 6 bales on this small trailer. And we have done it after way more work than it was actually worth, and way more time than it should have ever taken. We actually were able to do this. So now that we got this all hooked up, we'll get her all strapped in. Oh, don't move around, trailer. Bad trailer. Pull it back out a little bit. Just play this little game here. There we go. Now see if we can get it strapped in. And there we go. Alright. Now we'll see if we can make any money off of it. Alright, pull in here the animal dealer, we'll unstrap it, and survey says $3,000. I'm not entirely sure that was worth the effort. Alright. Well, you needed the front end loader anyway, so the trailer was fairly cheap, so I guess we'll just make our peace with that and say that, hey, the bale's paid for half the front end loader. So we'll bring this over here and get this turned back in real quick. Now we have had a heck of a first month here between inheriting all this stuff and trying to get things done and some contracts and first harvest, but right now if we want to continue to play in this area, we have to find a place to live. So we'll see if we can find something in here that gives us some kind of cheap housing. Even $55,000 is way out of our reach. So This might be a tent situation for a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? That tent is 50 bucks. That's nice for sure. Man, everything else is so expensive. Even at 10,000, it's kind of a lot. We could afford it, but I think we might be going back to this YouTube fad of container housing. That's not bad. 5,000 keeps us out of the rain. Decent enough size. Got air conditioning. All right. See where we can fit this at. I'd like to have it near the barn, at least a little bit, but I don't want it to look silly either. I don't want to hit it turning around in this field. If that was a little bit more flat, maybe. But we might have to put it towards the end of the field. Make it would look weird though. I think we might just put it over here. It's just temporary anyhow. Yeah, I think we'll just go right there. There we go. Alright, so now we have some housing. Terrific. Nothing fancy, but we got our clothesline out here for stuff to dry. Our wardrobe. And it looks like it's pretty bare bones, but we'll take a look here. That's as bare bones it gets. One lawn chair and some grime. That's how we do it. One lawn chair and some grime. So to sum up, we did our first harvest, we did some contracts, we took out a loan so that we could buy the front end loader in our house, and let me know if you like it, let me know if you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks guys. Hey guys, HyperFalcon22 here, and today we need to see what we can do about possibly getting this field at least turned over, if not planted. So we are going to start the day running over to the shop. So we're going to jump in the tractor here, run over to the shop, see if we can't get a cultivator and a seeder, and then we're going to see what we can do as far as it being September month 2, and seeing what we can do as far as maybe getting something in the ground. Now I'm still eyeing this field right here to the left, this cornfield. I don't see any reason to buy it until it's closer to harvest. That way we can hang on to our money as long as we can, but I'm really trying to at least reclaim the 3 fields, and then maybe this other one over here off to our left as well. Get those 4 fields right there together. Really try to not just rebuild what Grandad had, but even add on to it a little bit. So with that in mind, we're going to run over to the shop here real quick and see what... Oh shoot. Well, I never returned that, so we ate the leasing cost for that for another day. Let's go in here real quick and get rid of that. That is not needed. Oversight on mine, only 200 bucks. I guess we can make our peace with that. Alright, we'll get rid of that real quick. There we go. Jump in here real quick. They open at 6, so no big deal. Be their first customer today, and I might be here more than once today, so let's just see what we can find real quick. And as much as I hate to do it, I think we're going to sell this. It's $25,000, and I think we can get a tractor with better horsepower. This one's only got 95, definitely limited. Man, I just don't know. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we can do. Let's just run through it real quick. Start with the cultivators. That's what we need the most, because the ground has to be turned over. And let's see. And ooh, it's got a special. Okay. Alce antenna or Atna, whatever. Only 5,500 bucks. We can actually buy this outright. Really. Not very big. It's only 2.5 meters across, so we're not talking about a lot here. Colors are actually fine. I don't care about the colors on this. $6,000. Damn it. Man, I don't know. just so much to go up any. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get above that 2.5, but we can extend it later if we need to. So we have that in our back pocket. And that doesn't cost anything, so might as well just leave it. Alright. I don't like this. I want something bigger. This is going to take forever to do anything. I don't have enough money to lease anything else. It just makes sense just to buy this for no more than the small field we have, though. Man, that's a jump, though, from $6 grand going up. Man, I don't like that. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Got a couple options. What are we going to do? 1 year, maybe? 2 years isn't too bad. It's only $270 a month. We might do that and then look to pay it off early. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Yep, that's what we're going to do right there. Alright. Alright, well, we financed it, so we kept a little bit of our cash. And what can we do with that cash that we kept? Jump in here real quick. Man, I love this thing. I don't know if we can pull it though, it's so heavy, but it is the cheapest option too. What do we want to do, boys? Man, in an ideal world, but I think I have weeds turned off, so I guess we really don't need that. Leasing's going to be incredibly expensive on that bad boy. Or, well, financing, I mean. So I think we're just going to lease it. I can deal with the $2 grand. Hopefully this will only be the time that we can do this, and then in the future hopefully we can just buy it or something similar without knowing where we're going yet. I just don't want to commit too awful much, but we are going to need seed for it. I'm also just looking here, and this has like 112 to 150. It's actually cheaper than what it would get for selling ours. So we could sell ours and still buy that. So we get 25 for the international. So I think we're going to sell Granddad's tractor in hopes of grabbing this Ford, get a little bit more horsepower, and that's really going to be crucial for that seeder. That is going to be absolutely crucial for that seeder. And let's go down here and look, because I definitely want to make sure we still have a front end loader. We can, okay, we can still get the front end loader. That's just weird. There we go. We can still get the front end loader. It's only $200 to add it, so we can keep the front end loader we got. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead, let Tyler have this international for $25,000, and we're going to pick up that Ford. I think it's just going to be better for us in the long run. So I think that's what we're going to do. So if I'm being 100% honest, I'm not even really sold on this Ford tractor. I just know that it's our best option for this particular moment with getting this field at least disced up. So I don't think we're even going to keep this thing all that long, but I think right now, while we're kind of strapped for cash and all those kind of things, I think we just kind of got to make our peace with it. It's still a really good tractor. It's still a lot better tractor than the international that we had, but we're going to run over here. We're going to get this all torn up and ready for planting, and then we'll be right back with you. takes care of that. Now we're just gonna, since we bought this, we'll just drop it over here by the barn and get it backed in here in the front. There we go. This thing doesn't handle all that well, really. And we are headed off. We are gonna head over to the dealership real quick. And I think what we're gonna do, I've just been really concerned that that seeder is gonna be too heavy for this tractor. Even though it is a little bit bigger tractor than what we had, I think that seeder is still gonna make this thing struggle a little bit, at least while it's in the air. Maybe once it's on the ground it'd be all right, but I think we're gonna go and add some wheel weights, and that way we can carry the weight of the seeder a little bit better without coming off the ground, or if we end up going a little too fast. So let's knock that out real quick. Alright, well, we're just messing with the weights here, and the weights actually go in the wheels on this, actually on the inside, so you don't really see it too awful much. Yeah, you can't really see it. But we are definitely going to put the biggest weight we can on there. It's only $20. Makes this thing a little bit beefier, and I think that's really going to go a long way towards tugging that seeder around. So we'll go ahead and knock that out real quick, and then we're going to grab that seeder and we'll head over to the farm. I can feel this thing is still tugging. It is still not heavy enough. This is going to be concerned. Whoa, Bessie! Whoa, Bessie! All right, Bessie. Yeah, there we go. Put her down. Put her down. Put her down. Let's calm down. Calm down. Whew. All right. We're going to go a lot slower. We are going to go a lot slower. Whew. Alright, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. This thing is pulling worse than a doctor delivering a breech baby. So we are going to get rid of this piece of junk right now. Alright, well, it's not a piece of junk, but for what we need to do, it just ain't, it's not going to measure up. So this poor guy did a good job for us for about 18 seconds as we needed to cultivate the field, but we got to get rid of him. There's no place on this farm for a piece of machinery this small. Unfortunately, that's gonna mean we're gonna have to get creative. So I'm gonna run this over to the shop and see how creative we can be. Alright, y'all, as you can see, we have both of our drivables over here, and I feel bad about this. That's Granddad's truck. We already traded Granddad's tractor for this Ford. Things just ain't working out. We got no money. I talked to Tyler. He's got a special deal on something. It's a little different. It's a little goofy even. But it's definitely going to get us what we need. And it's going to be more than we need right now. So we're going to go ahead, part ways with these two things in hopes of getting one thing that's kind of the hybrid between these two that we can use for about everything right now, because we are short on money, we are short on time, and we are burning daylight. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Big Orange. Big Orange is going to be the next stage in how our farm operates. This Fiat right here has more horsepower, more traction control, more capability than what we currently have, and we are going to be taking this bad boy to the farm right after we get the front end loader here painted to match. And we're going to take it over the farm. This is going to get everything we need to do. This has more horsepower than what we're used to. If we end up not needing those double wheels, this is just how it came. The gentleman who had this thing traded it into Tyler this way. He said if we want to drop the double wheels at any point, he can pull them off for us. No big deal. But as for right now, we're going to get this all painted up, get it matching, get it back to the farm. This is how we're going to move forward, people. This is how we're going to move forward. So I'll jump in here real quick and get our paint on. There we go. That'll work. A little bit of orange right there. Now, do the blue first. So much orange. I think I want to use the orange for the lower one. So we can mix that blue up a little bit, kind of balance those colors. I think that's going to look nice though right there. I think that's going to look nice. Alright. Alright, alright, alright. Go ahead and get rid of that bale fork. Hopefully we never need that son of a bitch again. Alright. But we are going to come in here and grab forks. We just don't need bale forks. And there is no orange ones to match. That's fine. We'll go ahead, go with the Albert, and that'll work. Alright. Not blue, they're not orange, but they do work. So, go ahead and hook this bad boy back up. Oh, we're looking good there. Yep, that was right. Blues don't quite match, but I can live with that. I can live with that all day. And believe it or not, even with these duals on the back, this drives 100% better. It's just better. I got more power, I got more control, I got more stability, and we have more possibilities for things that we can pull with this. So we're going to go ahead. That is not the right button. That was just weird. Alright. Pulling some Cirque du Soleil tractor here. We're going to grab this pallet right here, seed, since we are already here with the forks anyhow. And hopefully ATC does not charge us for that little ding on the building. But grab this pallet here, and we are going to head back to the farm and see what we can get wrapped up today. Alright, we'll put this pallet right here, just off the field. Go ahead and back up into our cedar here. Still a little heavy. Still a little heavy, but once we set it down, I think we're going to be up. There we go. Balanced right out. Balanced right out. Alright, and I can push this around kind of good. So, I think we're going to be just fine with this. Let's go ahead and knock this out and see how it goes. Make sure our dimensions are set. And see if we can wrap this up. Just got to get ourselves maneuvered properly here. And here we're off. Well, y'all, we have hit an impasse. We now are out of money and out of lime. So we need to grab a contract real quick so that we can at least make enough money to buy the lime to finish liming the field. We need something close to us. Don't much care what it is. Hopefully the easier the better. Cultivating is always easy. Wait a minute. You guys see what I see? Look at that. We already own a tractor and a cultivator. Now, I don't want to borrow the equipment, but at $400 I probably should, but I'm not going to. We will run it with Big Orange and Little Blue and see if we can't make a little bit of cashy cash here. Probably take forever with our tiny little cultivator, but $6 grand is $6 grand, and that'll allow us to finish the field without borrowing equipment. Now, I'm sure I'm going to regret this almost instantly, because that tractor and that cultivator make quick work of this field, and it is a massive field for no bigger than the size of our cultivator. So this is going to be a little while. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make the best of it. We're going to put on some music in the background, maybe turn on a little YouTube video to watch, and knock out this cultivating, and we will be right back with you. So in the meantime, enjoy the time lapse. Here we go. Alright, now we are going to go in here, get paid from David. Absolutely. Alright, now we got some cheddar cheese in the bank. With that cheddar cheese, going to jump in here, grab a little bit of lime, because that's what we are lacking. Ooh, no, there we go. 2's enough. Grab 2, and I do apologize, the sound bite for this piece got a little messed up, so that's why you don't hear it in the background at the same time. But anyway, we're going to go ahead, get this lime, get it thrown on the field, and see where that leaves us. that in mind, y'all, we have got this field taken care of like we planned to. Even did a contract and switched the tractor out a couple times in the making. We are going to call it for September. Wake up Green Day and see you in October. Alright guys, welcome back to episode 3. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. Today we are going to try to harvest this grass field right here and possibly buy that cornfield right there. Now I've been talking to a girl at the bank. She seems like we might have a strong case for it. We don't have the money, we don't have the funds yet, but what we do have is we have a pretty good amount of land, and they might be able to use the current farm and all that as collateral. So we're going to go ahead and take off, start our day. We need to, like I said, hopefully, probably going to put in a silage silo as well. See if we can get this to convert over to silage for us, and maybe make a little bit more cash that way. And if we get that land, it's almost 200,000. So if we end up picking that up, what we're also going to have to do is we are going to have to also put in a silo and probably do some landscaping. So that's where we are at for today. Alright, now I'll go in here and see Tyler and see if we can't locate what we need to get that hay mowed first and foremost. Going down through here. Yes, there we go. And I'm not entirely sure which kind of mower we're going to go with. See, I like to do something like this. We don't have the front end PTO though. So it might behoove us to rent one tractor, lease a tractor, to do the cutting, and then use this one to maybe pick it up. Yeah, 13 miles an hour and crank with this thing. My goodness, we can get that thing going pretty good. Oh man, I don't mind that. Almost 20 miles an hour. I think that'll work. Go ahead and lease that. Yeah, less than $700. That's a no-brainer. I don't know if we can do this to the rear PTO or not. I've never tried this. Yeah, right. We just got to get her lined up here. And I gotta tell you guys, I've been driving it a little bit now. We might be ditching these duals in the back. I was saying in the last video that the gentleman who had it, who traded it into Tyler, he put these duals on it. I'm assuming he had kind of a more hilly kind of farm. We don't have that. We are on flat ground right now. So just to get our turn radius and stuff a little better, we might ditch the duals. They're okay right now, but we might ditch the duals in favor of something else. And but you know, this is all just trial and error. Just trial and error. We are sitting right now at about $6,800, and you know, we started with things we had like negative $80. So you know, first few months things aren't going too bad for us. Making some money. Our house definitely leaves a little bit to be desired, but we do own everything outright right now. So before we take out that loan, we got to consider the fact that right now we have no monthly payments. So let's just see how this mowing goes. And got it all set up. We should be off and away. And we'll see if we can't pull this behind. Oh, and that's why it usually goes in the front, people. And that's why these are the mistakes you make when you don't know. Because I bet it mows going. Yes, it does. It absolutely mows going backwards, and that is a whole lot of nonsense that I have caused for myself. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to adapt and overcome. So, I'm going to go ahead and, dang it,
we are going to have to lease a tractor like I thought we would. So I suppose we're going to go ahead and kick this off, and yeah, we'll go ahead and kick it off and then see if we can't make some better changes. I'm sitting here, there we go, finally got it, there it goes, and drop this off over here as well. There we go, and drop that. Alright, and we have to head back to the shop to correct this grave injustice that I have now caused for myself. The mower itself is going to work. It is going to work just fine once we get a tractor that we can actually use it for. Alright, we're back at the shop. I think we're going to pick up this Fiat 1300 DT. We added the front end to it. We're just going to lease this. We are not going to buy this. And, you know, it is a Fiat, so it is starting out as orange. But hopefully this will get us kind of where we need to be. Alright, I got this thing hooked up. It is in the front. Now we don't look like we should be wearing a dunce cap. And let's see if we can't. This thing actually drives pretty nice too. A little rocky with it on the front though. It's a lot of weight, but I'm hoping once we get her down here, get all set up. Let's see how she performs while she's cutting. Yeah, moves up and down all right. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger here, see what we can get done, and let's see. Okay, that is a good sign. That is a good sign. Alright, now that we got that all cut up, we need to go ahead. Came over here and saw Tyler. Got ourselves this beautiful forage wagon right here. And man, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. You see how it just doesn't want to turn? That's what we have to take into account. You know what? I think I'm done messing with this. We're going to take these two tires off right now. It was fun while it lasted. It's goofy. It's a little silly. It has its place in the world, and it does not have its place in our world. So we are going to drop these duals right now in favor of not hating life. And yep, go ahead. And there it is. There. Okay. That is probably going to make life a lot easier and a lot more bearable. There we go. Now we will go ahead and... Oh, that's much better. That is much better. I wouldn't say that we're turning on a dime, but we're doing better. I do have to remember to turn that mower and tractor back in here in just a little bit. But we might need it, and the day's not over, so I don't want to turn it back in if I can still use it for something. So for the moment, we'll hook this up and run it back to the farm. And just going through here, I want to see something real quick. Nah, we'll just turn it back in now. Screw it. We ain't gonna need it. And up too far. There we go. All right. And it occurs to me as I am sitting here and looking at the fact that we are full, that we have no place to put this. So if we do indeed want to run silage, we are going to need a silo, and I don't know what that is going to run us. There's, oh my goodness, that's like 25 grand. Well, the thing is, guys, that might be what we need, but as you can see from the funds, we are not in a position to spend 25,000 at the moment. Man, they're not getting cheaper, are they? They are not. That guy's a beefy boy right there. 40 by 22. My goodness. My goodness. Man, look how much space that takes up. I was just curious. Next to the field, how much? I mean, you're talking about, what is that, like a third, maybe a little bit more of the field? And there's just no place to put it. That's the other thing. I think we're definitely going to have to go with the smaller one, that 25,000. There it is. That's much better. But I don't know where you put it at. You almost... Guys, we might have to buy this field not only for the production of that corn like we were talking about, but we may need to buy it just so we have a place to put a silo. Man, I don't even like that. Like, I could move that stuff out of the way, but I just don't like it right there. I don't know. I think long term I'd like to put some kind of a living situation right there. Alright. This is getting nowhere quickly. That's a smaller one. It's only 8 grand. It says it's for grass and chaff and hay and all that stuff, so it does convert to silage. Now it is small though, so I think that we are going to have to, at this point, run to the bank. And I mentioned before that I was talking to a girl at the bank who said we could probably use the farm as collateral to get the loan. I wasn't anticipating having to rent the other tractor, so I think we're just gonna have to bite the bullet though, because it's just one of those things to where we do need it. It doesn't gain me anything if I just pick all that hay up and then go and sell it. We're just not going to make enough money to make it worth it. So I think, although it is against my better instincts, I think that we are going to have to mortgage Granddad's property and see if we can get a loan. Well, man, I just got to think about this while I'm getting gas here. But that is just a whole situation. I think we're going to have to get a loan. So I'm going to go over here and talk to this lady, and I'll be right back with you when I figure out what we're going to do next. Well, we went ahead and we got the loan for $300,000. That should allow us to buy the field, buy the silo that we need for the silage, and then also buy the silo that we need for the corn so that we can hold it until it's good. I was having breakfast the other morning though, and I met a girl named Katie who used to work as a farmhand for my grandfather. Her and her husband now own their own farm, and she asked me if there was everything that I needed to come and talk to her. So we're going to stop over here and talk to her real quick and see. There she is right there. And see what she's wanting. All right. Well, that conversation with Katie went pretty well. What she asked me is, she asked me if I'd be interested in selling the farm to her and her husband. Now, while I told her that I had no interest in selling the farm, there may be something that we can do down the road for each other, as far as at least keeping the business alive. She loves the farm. I love the farm. like I said, it used to be bigger, it used to be those other fields, and that's why we took out this loan, because I want to gain those other fields back over time. So we're going to be able to get one of them today, and that's good. I feel good about that, despite the fact that the loan is as high as it is and the payment is what it is. But hopefully turning this grass into silage is going to help with that. So that's the main thing. Now, Katie and her husband, they have quite a bit of property around here, and they always looking for storage as well. And I told them that I had the barn that I would be willing to part with. It's not in the greatest shape, but if they wanted to tear it down, I would sell it to them. So we'll have to just wait and see. She said she'd come by at some point and take a look at it and let me know. And but for right now, we're gonna spend $183,000. Go ahead and buy that field. So now it is ours. So we are close. We are close, guys. We are 2/3 of the way to the farm that Granddad used to have. We just need the field on the other side of this cornfield as well. But before we do anything, we really, really need a silage bunker, because at the moment we cannot put anything more into this trailer than we already have. So I think it's 25,000 we were looking at earlier. Well, that's cheaper. That's cheaper. Gas chafe. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, 22 grand. And now that we own this land over here, we can drop this in. And that'll work right there. Perfect. Lost a very minimal amount of grain, but that's fine. Now we have a place to put this. All right, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be right back with you. Now that we got all the silage picked up, we are going to go turn this trailer back in, just on the off chance that we don't end up doing silage again. Don't know when it's going to be, but right now I just don't want to make sure that I don't get hit with another lease payment. So I'm sure we're going to end up buying something like this at some point, but for right now I want to keep the cost down. The only way to do that is to lease as much stuff as we can. That way we don't have it long and we don't have multiple payments. We just keep it for as long as we need it and give it back. So we're going to drop that right there. And we are going to, what is happening? There it goes. And we're going to go in here, see Tyler, and turn this back in. Alright, while I was talking to Tyler, I was telling him that I had spilled a little bit of my silage. He had this great deal in this bucket. So we went ahead and picked this bucket up. That way it helps us kind of move the silage that we spilled back into the silo. And, you know, it's just never really that bad to have a front end loader anywhere. So I'm going to go back here, see if we can't smooth it out a little bit, and then we'll get it tarped over. Alright, now it is time for us to get that brand new field that we just bought all taken care of and harvested. So we got this beautiful Massey Ferguson right here, and fold out corn head, and we are going to take it over here and see what we can do to get that field harvested, and then we're going to use some of our remaining $74,000 to try to build a silo. That way we can store the corn until the market is at an all-time high, so that we make more of our money back that we have spent. And hopefully, if we can live on the money that we have until market, when we're going to take the silage and the corn, then we'll just be more money ahead. So a little bit of a gamble. We do still have to buy a silo and have to do a little bit of, work here on the farm to get a silo in. But all in all, I think we're going to be okay. I think this is going to work really well. So I'm just going to go in and I think we're just going to go with this $20,000 witch's hat as far as what we want to do for a silo for right now. It hold more than enough. We just got to try to figure out a place here on the side of the field that we can kind of sneak her in without bothering the access road. Oh, there we go. Little cut out in the trees right there. And probably going to smooth some ground out, but I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Doesn't look like we impacted the field at all. So that's good. Now we have a place to put our corn. Go ahead and we'll fold this out, and we will get to rolling on this harvest. Be right back with you. Enjoy the time lapse. Well, that feels great. That is the first harvest done for both fields. We got the silage over there turning, and we have our first corn harvest done off this field. Pro tip, if you're new to the game, or maybe you just never really put two and two together, and I've done it both ways, but if you're going to buy a field, wait till it's about ready to harvest. There's no reason to buy it and just sit on it. Just wait till it's about ready to harvest, keep your eyes on it, buy it right before harvest, and then you either make money right back immediately, or you can you have the option to do what we're doing here, which is just storing it away until it can make more money for you. So we'll drop this off real quick and get this returned. And now looking at this field over here, it is not owned by us, but if you look here, it is for sale, and this would complete Granddad's farm. It is another $225,000 though. It's another 9.3 acres, but it is over $200,000. Now currently we only have $53,000. We do have crops doing their thing in both the silos, but we are a long way off We need about 170 grand if we want to get Granddad's farm back. So we are just going to keep trucking along. Hopefully, everything will work out and we'll be able to get that soon. But for right now, that's just kind of where we're at. Now, in other news, getting this new field that we just poured the corn out of, getting it all cultivated up. That way we can get it replanted when we're ready. But I've been working on something in the background. I kind of gave you guys a little bit of a heads up earlier in the video that talked to Katie, and she's that old farmhand at Grandad's, and her husband, they have their own place now, and they might be interested in coming and buying that old barn. So we'll see how that goes. For right now, enjoy the time lapse. Well, you probably noticed when I pulled up that the container home that used to be right behind me is gone. And the reason for that is that Katie and her husband came over. They loved the container. They said they could use it for basically a tool shed, but they also bought the barn. So I called a couple people I knew, and I was able to secure this new garage, full steel building. They were able to throw that right up. And Katie actually traded me the container for this old Airstream they had. So we made some upgrades here. Not only did we get the garage and the Airstream, but the Airstream actually came with this brand new truck as well. Now, not new, but new to us. But yeah, Katie gave us the truck and the Airstream for the container. And the money that I made off the barn to her paid to put this new barn up. So that's where we are sitting here at the end of our 4th month, and I think that we are doing quite well. Nice square body Chevy, nice Airstream, and yes, Granddad's barn is gone, but we are slowly reclaiming his farm, and that is something to be proud of. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, and welcome back. Like and subscribe if you're liking the content. We have a little bit more money in our bank account. We're about $22,000 now. And the reason for that is because we sold our grain and silage over the winter. We are now into March. So we are just trying to figure out what we want to grab here. I'm going to do this horse so that we can get some planting done. And so we'll be running over to pick that up momentarily. And we'll go ahead and lease that. And there we go. And now we need a tractor. Probably just go with the general. It's just the white one. That's probably the one we're going to go with. But we'll just look around a little bit here real quick. Man, I like to have some of these. There's a Kloss dealership like a couple hours from my house that has like phenomenal equipment. But there's like a Fendt dealership, a John Deere dealership, Kubota, and Case dealerships within like 3 miles of my property in real life. So we use mainly John Deere and Case on the farm, but I have to mix it up sometimes when I play this game because it's just looking at something a little different than what we actually use. But anyway, don't want to ruin the immersion. We'll get back into it. It's a pretty nice looking tractor right here. And I'm going to lease it, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just go look at the white tractor. This is probably the way we're going to go. It's just a nice looking tractor. And it's just got, for what you get for it, it's just kind of unmatched. So I'll show you what we're doing. It's not even 60 grand to buy it new. And it already starts with almost 200 horsepower. We can boost that. There we go. We'll go ahead and lease that. There we go. And now we just have to go and pick her up. You know, no matter how many times I play this map, it is just so incredible to me how absolutely gorgeous it is. And it's just really something that you can tell the creators of the game, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, and we're able to do so much with this. Like, we're stepping away from the immersion for a second to just admire the beauty of this, because most people, they play the regular farms or they play regular plots, but we're able to have bought these like we're spare fields, merge them together. Hopefully we'll get the other one down there in a little bit, but I just wanted to take a second to break the immersion and just say thank you guys for watching. This is my first series with this. I usually do Elden Ring. I'm going to start throwing a whole bunch of stuff up on the channel this year. So just thanks for being with me. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. And we'll get back to it. Thanks, guys. So long term, guys, I think what I really want to do is see if we can't get that third field right there and really kind of keep expanding this operation. Grandad, he had all three of these fields originally, and I really don't know why he never put them all together as one big field. I think the reason he didn't do it is because he was able to keep one field, I believe it was that far field, in grass all the time, so he could get a couple of different cuttings, and then kept a couple of different crops that he would rotate through the smaller fields, so he was constantly making more of a more steady income throughout the year. We're a little bit better at managing our money, so I'm more, if we can get a good amount of money rolling off blending these fields, at least for starters maybe, and then using that to buy more land. So let me know what you think about that. I think that's kind of probably the way we're going to go. But we're not doing too bad. We went from having negative money in the bank account when we got here to we're running an actual operation. It's not a big operation, but we're running an operation. We got storage for to turn hay into silage. We got storage for the grain. We got ourselves a camper. We don't have a house yet, but we have a camper. We have a garage where we can store pallets of seed and things like that in our truck, and we have a truck. We own, I believe, at least one tractor. This unit we're running right now is obviously a rental, but long term, I think that we stand a good chance here in this series to end up doing something pretty special by the end of it. So, thanks for being with me, and we'll get back to it. Well, we have just finished planting our grass field here off to the side, and I had the guys over at the shop drop me off a lime spreader full of lime, and we're going to throw that down just to see if we can increase our yield. Now, maybe yes, maybe no. With grass, it's kind of a hit or miss. But I don't know the last time these fields were limed. It was probably before Grandad died, so it's probably been a while. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get some lime on these fields, and that way we'll see if we can't produce a little bit more than we usually would. So I'm going to get that real quick. We'll get some lime thrown down, and then what I think we're probably going to do is we're really going to try to see if we can get a budget together that we can use to really try to get this other plot of land right next to us. Now, I know the guy is interested in selling because he sold me the field that we're on right now. It's just going to take probably some negotiations on the price, because I think right now he's looking at probably about $230,000, and we're not doing too bad. We got about 35 grand, but we are a long way off from that. So, and we already have a loan on this place, so we really got to see what we want to do. But that's a conversation that we'll continue to have as it either works or it doesn't work. But right now we're gonna get some lime down and see if we can at least increase our yields. And with that, we're going to jump over to our smaller tractor here, and we're going to go ahead and get this lime put into our shed so that we have it the next time that we need it. We still have quite a bit of it, so get this put away, and then I think we're going to rest. That takes us through April, and I think we've had a pretty good run so far. But once we get all this put away and where it needs to be, then I think we're going to rest, and we're going to come back and see where we are at here next time around, as far as trying to keep the farm moving, keep being productive, Definitely want to try to get the farm back to how Granddad had it. Now, I think I mentioned that Granddad liked the cards. You know, just trying to rebuild what he unfortunately lost, and then all that time that the farm spent, you know, in probate, and you know, it still kind of bothered me selling his truck, and I actually talked to the guy the other day at breakfast who bought his truck and asked him if he'd have any interest in actually selling it back to me once I had some time, because there is a shop in town that does pretty good work, and I might be able to get it back to I don't know about its former glory, but something that he'd be proud of, and get it back to the farm. We had to sell it originally. We needed the money. We needed the equipment, and it was just kind of dead weight at the time. I'm not worried about the tractor, but definitely I'd kind of like to have the truck back. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking back on it, and I wish I wouldn't have had to get rid of it. So I think what we're going to do is make that a goal for ourselves as well. Even if we don't drive it, just to have it around the farm. Little memento of Granddad and our time growing up here. So, yeah, I think that would be good for us, just to have that kind of reminder. Give us something daily to look at, know what we're striving for, know what we're trying to get to. So I think that's a short-term goal we have, something that's attainable and that we can kind of pay homage to Granddad. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching here in Riverbend Springs. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Riverbend Springs here at episode 5. Trying to restore Granddad's farm. So what we're going to do today is we are now in May, and we need to get some fertilizer on this field that we planted. So we are going to head over to the store and see if we cannot get the boys over there set us up with a nice fertilizer and a spreader to put it in. While we're running our way over there, just a great shout out to anybody who's been watching the series. Appreciate it. Definitely trying to grow the channel. This is the first thing we've done with Farm Simulator, so really excited about that. Hopefully we can continue to grow the channel and bring additional content, and maybe get some other games and stuff down the road. So, but for right now, we're gonna head over here and see if we can't figure out what it is that it is gonna cost in order to get this knocked out first thing today, because it is pretty early in the morning, and I believe this is all that we really need to do in May, since we do only have the one field. We're trying to stay away from contracts. Perfect. Alright, so I didn't want to pull behind because the turning radius is a little too big for what we're really looking for. So then go ahead and grab this real quick, get her filled up, and there we go. This will allow us to turn a little quicker, and then we're gonna have to load the other one in, whatever's left of it at least, here on the front of the forks. We'll just take that with us in case we need it. Maybe it doesn't have a top. Try to close the top on it. Let's see how I open the one for the tractor. See if we can figure out if there's a top for this. There it goes. Alright. I think I'm just going to load this on the forks rather than try to put the forks through the ring on top. I think it's just going to ride a little better. I guess I'll also prevent it from being as bumpy. Come on. Alright, there we go. See if we can just pull her on there ourselves. Get it situated right there. There we go. Alright. That's good. And we will head on back to the farm. See if we can get this put down today. I do like the location of the farm. Doesn't make it all that difficult to have to come over here. That weight on the front, though, is messing a little bit with our ability to turn. Anyway, if you need to run over here, it's no big deal. It's just around the corner, but man, that is really... This tractor just does not have the power that I wish that it did. Going straight, we're okay, but when I try to turn those wheels, man, that bag on the front is really messing with us. Ride's nice, though. Looks good. This is a nice everyday tractor, but we're definitely going to need something bigger long term as we grow the farm. I'd like to grab this field over here on the right, as well as the one when we turn down our street right here. It's also on the right. I'd love to have both those fields long term. Maybe even set the farmstead up in that one off to the right there, like long term, the final build and everything. So this is all temporary, but you gotta start somewhere, and we are a long way away from the dilapidated barn and the storage container that we were living in. So just a couple of months back. So that in and of itself is a blessing. I'm gonna go ahead here and kick this smaller one off. Got our seed and our lime in here already. See if we can squeeze this in here next to it. And just set it right there. Perfect. A little wheelie. There we go. Much better. Let's act like we've done this before. Let's act like we've done this before. Alright. Go ahead and come on down here and get this breading going. Man, I would really, really like to have this ground. Ugh. I think in thinking about it, I think I actually would leave it as its own field. And if we use this one for hay or silage or whatever, we could use that for crop or vice versa. But I think we would make more money long term keeping them in separate crops. So I think if we can get our hands on it, I think it becomes its own revenue generator. Good, everything is growing. Perfect. Let's go out through here just real quick, a little sidestep. Let's see if we can get rid of, okay. Okay. Anyway, here we go. of fertilizer, but we might as well top her off, because this bag back here is just a partial anyway. So let's see where that brings us to. Huh, a little more than half, about 61%. And I gotta tell you guys, this map is just so enjoyable. Whether it is raining, sleeting, snowing, what have you, this map is just absolutely an enjoyable map to play on. And the reason that I like it so much is that they just kept all the foliage and the water just gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. We can go ahead and finish this out, and that's all we have to do in May, guys. Please continue to watch and leave likes, comments, subscribe. Let me know anything that you want to see, don't need to see, or anything that you want me to try. Thank you. All right, everybody, welcome back. We're getting close to the end of season 1 here, and excited to show you this because today is the culmination of what we've been building up for. We have a fleet of things we are gonna be trying out. Yes, sir. It is heyday. That is right. We are gonna have a heyday, and it is heyday. We are gonna cut, ted, rake, and at the end of it, we're going to bail it up, get it all sold, and see how much money we can make. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And we have this beautiful Massey Ferguson that we are going to be spending the afternoon with. Oh, listen to that. Gorgeous, gorgeous tractor. And we got this blindside mower right here. Go ahead and get that hooked up. It's a Fendt. Oh, that's just a good looking combination right there. We are going to have fun today. I'm excited. I am excited. I hope you are excited too. Let's see if we can go ahead. Man, it just runs so smooth. It's so quiet. It runs so smooth. I'm excited. I am really excited to try this out. And man, we have not made the money this season that I thought maybe we would so far. So I'm really hoping that by the time we get all this taken care of and get the bale sold, that we'll be sitting all right. And I think we overshot it. We sure did. Maybe not. No, we didn't. Okay. Here we go, right here on the left. There we go. Oh, this is going to be fun, guys. I'm going to put this on the time lapse for you, and I'll be right back with you momentarily. Man, this is going to be a heck of a fun day right here. We are going to make some money today, y'all. Well, well, well. Look what just pulled in. The guys at the shop were nice enough to deliver it for us. That is terrific. That is terrific. So everything else is going to be here for us at the ready as soon as we need it. That is terrific news. Absolutely awesome news. So I'm just thinking here, and I don't know if anybody's ever covered this on their channel or not, but the reason that you have to do all these things for hay, why you have to like ted it, break it, let it dry. The reason for that is because wet hay will spontaneously combust. It will cause a barn fire or a field fire wherever you have it at if you wrap it and bale it too early. Because what happens is, like, microbacterial activity causes a chemical reaction. If hay exceeds more than like 20 or 25% moisture, that fungi and bacteria multiply rapidly, generating intense heat. And then ultimately it can reach temperatures of like 180 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, at which point it will combust. And it can take anywhere from like 2 to 6 weeks. So before you like bale, you have to make sure that you're taking all these things into account. Because the last thing that we want to do is put all this into our shed and it catches fire, or leave it out on the field and the field catches fire, and then this beautiful thing we're trying to do, rehabbing Grandpa's old farm, pun intended, goes up in smoke. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully it is dry enough. It seems dry enough. It's baling really well. The color's good. But these are the things that we have to take into consideration, because otherwise we could be in for a world of hurt as it all just comes tumbling down around us. So that's what we're trying to do this for. We're trying to make sure we take the proper steps, take the proper time. Oh, there we go. And really make sure that we're baling it properly, because if we don't, we could have a hell of an insurance claim on our hand. And for a farm just starting out in year one, we would probably lose our insurance coverage if we had that kind of insurance claim right out of the gate. So that's why we're doing this. That's why we're taking these steps, taking our time, being cautious, taking the necessary precautions. That way we don't have those issues down the line. All right, now I know that just said that the farmer's market paid more than the animal dealer. What I also know is the farmer's market's at the very top of the map, and it's about a 5 to 6 minute drive. The animal dealer is right across from the shop. So, in this case, we are going to head over to the animal dealer because it's closer. And while we're going to make a little less per bale, we're going to save a whole lot of diesel fuel and a whole lot of time. Time is money. Diesel fuel costs money. You can save both. That's a win-win. Take a little bit less for the bales here, but in the grand scheme of things, it's going to be about the same. So we're going to drive over here to the animal dealer and see what they will give us for these bales. Now we got a little shy of $3,000 right now. So hopefully that the liming and the rolling and the fertilizer that we put down, hopefully all those things culminated in a good paycheck for us. So as we go over here, let's just see how this ends up. And they should sell pretty quickly at some point, but I get where they need to be. Or not. Maybe not. What is the hold up? There it goes. Ah, there we go. There we go. So we had about $25,000, a little bit more than. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now what we need to do is we need to set up to get that field back ready so we can use it again. And we're going to go with a double approach here. We're going to grab a two-pronged system here. We're going to use the PTO on the front and the back of the Massey Ferguson. And we are going to put wheat in the ground. And this is not, I've not used this system before, this horse system before, but we are going to try it today. And I'm really curious about how it's going to run. So we're going to go ahead and grab this for the back. And, man, that thing is expensive. It's so expensive. Okay. But I think that's what we're going to need. So we're going to go ahead here. And we'll commit to that. Go ahead and lease that. That's not bad. $1,400. Yep, I can deal with that. So moving on, I need the other part of that, which give me 1 second here. I wonder if I should hook this up first or not. I'm kind of thinking it might be easier to wait. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to wait. Let me get the front part first. Let's find out where it's at, because it's going to be in combinations. There it is. That's what we're looking for right there. And that should allow us to plant wheat. So we'll go ahead and configuration standard. I don't... What the rollers... the packer. Let's see, which way do we want to do this? I think we'll go to the packer. There we go. $1,100. Fair enough. And now we still need, I don't know how much seed we have at the farm, if any, so we should probably grab some seed as well. There we go. And that ought to do it. Yeah, 2 ought to do it. Probably should have paid more attention to the math on that thing. Figure out what it could hold, but, you know, live and learn. If nothing else, we'll put it in the shed with the other and use it when we need it. And we'll get it all hooked up here. What am I doing? Oh, I'm an idiot. Haha. My bad. My bad. Let's do this the right way, and then we won't look so foolish. You know. These are the things. Just sitting here trying to make a YouTube channel, and yeah, we're gonna do this the wrong way and look like doofuses. And we're still on the wrong side because I'm still not getting the point of this. Let's try this again. You know what? To be fair, the disclaimer that I said is that I hadn't used this before. I said I hadn't used it before. So, you know, whatever. You live and learn. There we go. Look at that. When you put it where it should be, it works right away. All right, let's see how much it'll fill. That's not bad. So we're gonna have a little bit left over. It's not gonna completely fill up. Roughly 30% still left over, so that's okay. Now we can go ahead, hook our back one up here, and now we're back to the field. A little bit of a time jump there. I had to take the dogs outside, so I forgot to hit record when I was driving back over here. Anyway, we are back over here at Granddad's farm, and I guess I don't really need to call it Granddad's farm. It's our farm, but you know, it'll always be Granddad's. So now that we're back over here, we'll go ahead and get this wheat in the ground. Well, that does it. We now have a field planted with wheat. Good for us. So we got everything taken care of on the hay side. Got the hay sold. Now we got the wheat in the ground. One more episode to finish off the season. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and I will see you next time around. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. This is actually supposed to have been the final episode, but instead I just kind of tacked it on because, well, what happened was, if you remember at the end of the last episode, we planted wheat. Well, something happened with the game file, and for some reason it planted and brought the the grass here all the way to maturity. So I can't tell you why that is. We had wheat selected, but it planted grass. We slept on it. It's now August and the grass is ready. So rather than showing you making grass again, I'm just kind of left this footage in here just to show you what we had to do to try to make lemonade, because I'm sure when we start season 2, we're going to pick up with this and everybody's going to wonder, well, where the heck is the wheat? Well, the wheat doesn't exist. I could probably go and scrub old game files and see if I could find it, but it just seemed easier to go ahead, do something a little different. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go through here, bale this up, and then I'm just going to jump to when I have it all rolled into silage bales. We're going to store the silage bales, and that will complete season 1. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, being a part of this. It's been truly a lot of fun for me. Please give me any feedback that you want going into season 2. Anything you want me to try. If you're not really into this map, you want me to try something else. We'll do whatever you guys kind of want to see. But this was a great kickoff series for me, bringing Farm Simulator 25 to the channel. So I definitely appreciate all you supporting it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you the next time around.